It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit that doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell every time I post up new content. Yeah, y'all already know how I like to do things. I like to sit up here, say what I gotta say with my tasty beverage, right? And really just sit down and to discuss a few things. Um, we actually really gonna do this one or two ways. I'm either gonna just, I mean, put it like this. I'm gonna wait on, I'm gonna wait on my friend Mr. Klawan to come on, and then I actually really sent out another. I actually really invited another one of my former soldiers, uh, Kiara Smoot. I like to call her Super Smoot or whatever, and I like because these two individuals, right? They actually like really follow the same. I don't want to say follow the same doctrine that I do or whatever, but let's just say that they know bullshit when they see it, right? Uh, so for the most part, it's it's gonna be one of those days that like I did the preview yesterday, or I forget when that was. I actually really did it, but we gonna talk about Mr. Mr. Kanye West again, because now he has fallen into that category with the rest of these goons, right? And for the most part, right, I really can't. Well, I'm not gonna say that I can't understand it, but it is, it's almost like when you look at the industry for what it is, right? And then you get people that they sign up for the industry, right? And then everything is good, you know, because you get money. You get money, then you can go get you something to eat. And then it's almost like, okay, I got my belly full. I got some money in my pocket. Now I can actually really stop and think about some shit. Right? But at the same time, though, right? I look at it like this. You should have been able to think that way before you actually really got a few dollars in your pocket. But then again, and I done showed y'all this plenty of times. Plenty of times I have shown y'all this. you know, and for the most part, I'm gonna show it to you once again. We got the George Washington. We got old famous George, Curious George, whatever the fuck you might want to call him, right? But here it is, right there, people. That says it all right there. Legal tender, right? And then just go back and look at what happened August 15th, 1971, right? And it's not just for the music industry. Well, put it like this: everybody's affected by it, but it's just for some fact that the average motherfucker is gonna be like, okay, well, look, we ain't gonna never make that amount of money. And so, it's only gonna be like, okay, hey, look, we get up, go to work, we do our 9 to 5 or whatever. We come back, and every Friday is payday, or every 2 weeks is payday. You pay your bills, put a little food in the house, put some clothes on your back or whatever, and then you keep doing it until the next payday, right? So, so for the most part, money will mean a whole lot to us. But the thing about it, though, is that when these motherfuckers, they'll be like, okay, well, I'm bigger and better than the 9 to 5. Then, and for the most part, okay, I give you that. You bigger than the doggone 9 to 5. Go out and get your work, right? But here's the deal. After what the fuck I just showed you, right? Are you actually really getting your worth? Are you actually really getting true value for the talent or talents that you putting out there? I'm saying all that to say this. Kanye West, he apologized. And it, for the most part, right, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck you apologizing for, Kanye? It's almost like I'm not gonna say that it's almost like I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna come out and say it, people. If I was Kanye or anybody else that was in the music industry, or for the industry, period, right? If I knew that you was fucked up, then yeah, I'm gonna call your ass out on it. And no, I'm not gonna apologize to no motherfucker. Right? Plain and simple. I mean, because I look at, and the reason why I'm saying this is because, and then again, what I'm about to say, it may seem like that I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but here's the deal. I really do that because a lot of you motherfuckers is not actually really going to go back. It's not a video that I've done where that I've actually really said something and then be like, okay, well, and be like, okay, well, and either you people can actually go back and be like, okay, well, on such and such a day, on such and such a year, you said this, right? You ain't gonna be able to find it no goddamn way because every time that I actually come on a show, I'm always careful of what I say because I already know that somebody's actually really gonna go back and try to find something to actually really to go against or what the fuck I was just talking about, right? And then out of all of the shows that I've done, right, the shows here, even on the ones on my previous channel, right? I mean, you get some of them that, they'll come back and they'll offer their little comment or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, when you come on my channel, the Crazy Uncle's channel, right? All what the fuck you can do is just sit back and watch. Yeah, you can actually really try to break my shit down, but see, here's the deal, right? I've had people try to I've had people try to break my shows down, right? And even then, what the fuck that they can say, well, I don't know what the fuck he talking about here, right? And then anybody that's on their channel, they actually really agree. Now, here's the deal. I can go on anybody else's channel and break their shit down, and I could be like, okay, well, maybe he was trying, and I could be like, you know what? He went there, but he should have went over there, right? Or it could be just for the simple fact that, all right, he meant to go there, right? But so for me, right, I always mean to go where the fuck I'm going, whether it's right here, over there, or back there, right? So, but regardless of how I come at you, right? You can't. There's no this. You can't fuck with nothing here. No matter how hard you try, you know, whether you get your homeboy or your homeboys to actually really try to figure out, well, what the fuck is the crazy uncle talking about? And then, and so for me, right, you know, because there's no, like, and I told y'all this once before. When I brought up when I did the whole half baked thing, when the dog died, right? Because they would just say, the guy said, hey, look, it's a little bit more complex than that. And I'm not going to go into that long song and dance again. Hell, go back and watch. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
My mama,
What's good?
my mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served to the fairest skin. I could went and pick the cotton myself, but then, oh, sorry. Here I am. How
You
you like
good?
that? I was waiting for this link.
You good? I was just
That's a
asking.
trip. That's a tribute to Mr. West. Mr. West is in
Yeah,
the building.
yeah. I was just um, I pretty much just warmed up and waiting on for you and waiting till you actually really got on.
You got my video or no?
Huh?
What the fuck is this thing doing? Is it a video or no?
Yeah, I see you. I mean, you got your picture up, but yeah, I see you.
The avatar or is
Yeah, it's the avatar. Yeah,
okay?
you know. So,
Well, anyway, go ahead. Sorry about that.
but in either case, I was just warming up, you know, a little bit. You know, just waiting until you got on before I actually really start talking about this apology that Kanye West came out and did. Um, and you know, and I'm just like pretty much saying like, I mean, you've known me for a pretty good while, and you know, I've never been apologetic about anything that I've said or anything what I've said of anything that I've done, and I'm just looking at the simple fact that I'm just going. I'm like, okay, what you apologizing for, right? But then again, it's just like what we talked about yesterday, right? Chase Bank gave him the boot. Adidas gave him the boot, you know, and it's just like we said last week, you know, a few weeks prior, right? We know how J.P. Morgan got over here, right? Because he didn't get on the Titanic. And we already know, well, we didn't talk about the whole Adidas thing, which
Yeah,
I was,
hold on. Did you hear? Did you hear him on the whole apology tour? We'll call it the apology tour because it's sarcasm what he's doing because he's letting you know. He says, "Oh, sorry." He was on with Lex Friedman. He says, "Oh, sorry, Lex. He's like when you say Jewish media, um, that offends a certain population. Oh, okay, that's great. Um, okay, well, this individual in my life happens to be Jewish. This individual in my life happens to be Jewish. This individual in my life happens to be happenstance. Okay, so
yeah,
guess what? He gets it, and he's doing it. And then now all of a sudden you hear about Kanye West's father. Who is this individual?
yeah, he said, yeah,
Mm.
He talking about his dad was a
Uh,
black person. Yeah.
well, kind of, yeah, like from that ilk. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Nation of Islam, Black Panther, like from this ilk. And it's like, wait a second, I'm not allowed to say who they are. What's the issue with that? So,
Uh,
but this is anti-Semitic. You're saying they're all um, conspiring against you. I said, hey, motherfucker, listen. In any industry, I don't care if it's fast food, tennis shoes, motherfucking sports, whatever. People conspire. They do things because it's beneficial. These
yeah.
people happen to be Jewish.
Yeah.
What's
And then
what's the issue here?
and then I remember like a few years back when I was still in Texas, right? And
See, they'll cancel me just for saying that.
yeah, I was still in Texas
Oh, God forbid I happen to be Arab. They've been canceled us for years.
when the matter of fact when the whole George Floyd thing happened, right? And I said my little piece about that, and then I brought up, then it was this one guy. He just really came out of the blue, right? He wanted to call me a yeah, he called me a conspiracy theorist, and so I'm just like, okay, that's not no motherfucking conspiracy. That shit actually really happened. And then we argued or whatever. And then I just made me like not even a 2 minute clip. And I was just like, hey, look, conspiracy is not always a bad thing because I look at it like this. Two motherfuckers, two people, namely your mama and daddy, conspired to have your ignorant ass. Right?
Exactly.
So, so for me, right? Because like I said, he came back and he apologized, right? And I don't think that he apologized for the whole shit that he said about towards the Jews, so-called Jews, right? Uh, I think it was more so of the George Floyd deal, but
No,
uh,
he actually did apologize, like
yeah,
about the George Floyd thing.
yeah, but
But
then
if you see what he's doing, it's tongue in cheek.
yeah,
It's like if you watch it, it's tongue in cheek.
yeah,
He's saying like, "Oh yeah, 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 no doubt, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the part where I apologize. Oh, here are all the facts. I'm so sorry. I'm unaware of how it's tongue in cheek. He's
yeah,
apologizing the same way Elon Musk brought that sink into Twitter headquarters.
yeah,
How about I apologize for putting these nuts on your forehead? How about that? I'm so
yeah.
sorry about that.
But the thing about it though, because again, and I did I know I did at least two shows on my other channel, and I said, and I just asked the question. Matter of fact, I asked the question. I called Dana White out on this. I mean, because everybody else was saying, every other professional athlete, whether it was the NFL, the NBL, NBA, all of them, right? They would say, "Oh, well, that's fucked up." But the one person that needed to say something, he didn't say shit. And I'm just like, okay, you don't choke nobody out with your shin and it's on the back of their damn neck. I am so sorry. Right?
Exactly.
You know? And then even
Hold on. First of all, hold on. Are you talking bad about Dana White, the newest second citizen to Abu Dhabi, sir? Are you who are you
I mean
referring to?
the guy the UFC guy, right?
The
So
president of the UFC, Dana White,
yeah.
who also just got secondary citizenship in Abu Dhabi.
Oh really? Okay. All right.
Sir, I would refrain that you talk about. I'm just fucking with you. Go. No,
No,
for real. He did get
no,
secondary. First of all, he did get secondary citizenship, but no, keep it moving.
yeah, but come on now, man. Look, we did
No, I'm
combat
with you. I'm with you.
we did combative while we was
Yeah.
in. We knew, and then we knew how to capture and apprehend uh an enemy, right? And not one time that you not one time can you choke somebody out on the back of their damn neck. I'm just like I'm like
They
okay,
get and they get Kanye a hard time about, oh, oh, so there's no police brutality. No, there's no this. No, there's no that. He said, listen, fentanyl killed George Floyd. He said, what do you mean? The individual was selling fentanyl. There was drugs in a plastic bag that he swallowed when he approached the police officers. That is a fact.
Uh-huh.
So a lethal dose of fentanyl, he swallowed it in his lifestyle and he consumed it.
Yeah.
Now, the knee exacerbated it. That's fact. But wait a second. Here's a
Uh-huh.
man from the South Side Safari. That's what they'll call it. From Chirac, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that right. That's where Kanye's from. They love to discredit that somehow. From Chirac, from the South Side Safari, who says, listen to me. All my Gangster disciples know. All my Bloods know. All my Crips know. We know what happened there. This is not a pastor. This is not a business owner. This is a guy working counterfeit bills who's a piece of shit. Now, you've decided to make him a martyr. Who is you? The Democratic Party. Because it was beneficial to push a narrative that would consider a leftist vote. So, to me, as an actual black billionaire, find that offensive. Well, how dare you be offensive? You must be crazy. How dare you even have even free thought? You must be out of your mind. What do you think you're a pharaoh again? You know what we do to the pharaohs. Well, we'll see. White woman, we will see. Why
Yeah.
don't you tell your husband who's getting fucked, Paul Pelosi, what time it is? How about that? Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see what the pharaohs. We'll see what the fucking pharaohs do, team. How about that?
yeah. And then I just look at it, I just look at it like, you know, um, matter of fact, uh, remember the basketball player? I mean, he's retired now. Steven Jackson, and then he's actually like really on record saying that the resemblance between him and George Floyd is damn near identical.
Yeah.
And then when they went to the funeral, right? He was the only motherfucker there that had a hoodie on, shades, and a mask on because that was during the whole COVID-19. Uh, what that was like when it was real tough.
Conspiracy. I mean, pandemic. I mean,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So I'm just looking. So every chance that I get, right, I was like George Floyd, aka Steven Jackson, right?
You
So
know, there's a hawk that lands on the back of my wall down here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. In case anybody's listening, and they get target that. Um, a hawk every morning. He fucks up grubs and fucks up worms, and he lands right on the goddamn wall. And I think to myself, wow, that looks like a hawk. Flies like a hawk, hunts like a hawk. And you know what I tell him sometimes? Wow, Curtis Harris looks a lot like me to you, brother. Because we're human beings. They're race pimping. I got bad news for you. For these North African American race pimps, go to Africa and race pimp. How's that work for you? Not so much. Not so much.
yeah,
Not so much. Um, Here's the thing. On the boats, on this plantation that. Now it's plantation.com. Just log in. No, we ain't doing all that,
that motherfucker said
right?
plan.
We do. Yeah, you know what? Back to Africa. They're like, who the fuck are you? I'm from Africa. Oh, okay. Well, what the fuck? All right. Well, damn. I'm from down the street. It's like, that's great. Uh, Good to meet you, sir. Da, 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 da. No, we ain't doing all that. That gimmick's over.
Yeah,
So when you see a Kanye West, when you see a Candace Owens, when you see a young, powerful young black woman, dynamic with every speech, dynamic with every sentence, when you see a black billionaire, true wealth, being drugged to the mud by who? Ooh, don't say the magic word. We'll call it Jay. How about that?
yeah,
Ooh, how dare you? It's our time to be heard. You had it 400 years before us. It's like shut the fuck up. How about that? How about you
yeah.
shut your
But
mouth?
but his deal, like, cause like I said, like when we talked about,
Sorry, hey, I'm running loose. and everyone's hearing
I
it,
no,
and that's my
but
public record.
but the thing about it though, like the week prior, we talked about the whole Chase Bank thing, right? And then and then
Hold
I
on,
gave you the
Kurt,
connection.
Kurt, Kurt.
Yeah.
Are you insinuating they're owned by Jewish individuals?
Now hold on, this hear me out right fast. J.P. Morgan, right?
Hmm.
Chase Bank, and I connected that with the Titanic, right? And we connected that with 9/11. Just like J.P. Morgan, he didn't get on the Titanic because he already knew what the fuck was going to go down with that ship. Just like the guy back in 2001, he put out the insurance policy for the Twin Towers, right? So
Larry
all
Silverstein, up the current CEO of Chase Bank, Jamie Dimon, who
yeah,
happens to be, sorry, happens to be, right? Just happens to be. Let's just
yeah,
say
and
this: this is how I say it now. They happen to observe Hanukkah, and I happen to observe Ramadan. So how about that?
yeah, and so so we connected the dots there, right? Now with the whole Adidas thing, right? Uh, I don't know how many people know this, but considering what we know about what Adolf Hitler did with
The
his Nazi
German
army,
company Adidas you're speaking of, yes?
yeah, with the we get with Adidas, I mean they made shoes for this for the Nazi army, you know, and
Yeah, now they're on the apology tour.
yeah, so I'm just like, okay, so how are you actually like really gonna clown somebody? How are you actually really gonna clown this guy versus, and then you don't say shit about what Hitler did. I mean, granted he dead, right? But the thing with what Hitler did, or what a lot of people thought that he did, right? It's just for the simple fact, look, you killed 6 million people. I'm not gonna call them Jews.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So so again, so I'm just like, okay, so you made shoes, you made combat shoes for his army to go kill a whole bunch of people. And all what the
Yep.
damn Kanye did was just talk about it. So I just look at it like,
And here's the thing: when Kanye did it too, you notice what he said. J.P. Morgan Chase, Adidas, like he was talking about them. He wasn't talking about it like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get canceled." He was talking about it like, "Come get me." How about that? You hypocritical fucks. Come, hey, come let the chicken home to roost, yeah. Come let the
yeah,
chicken home. Come let the chicken home, yeah. Not
yeah,
because now you're in the thick of it. Now, on the heels of a pandemic, now you're really suppressing my people, where the only thing they could think they could be is a thought, a pimp, or in jail. Okay,
okay.
a thought, and I don't mean thinking, a thought by a woman, a pimp,
That
or in
over
jail.
there,
Okay, isn't that
yeah,
nice? What is it called? A thought. Oh, it's convenient. That's very
yeah, thought,
clever.
yeah,
Okay,
thought, yeah,
yeah, very
that
clever.
over
Very
there,
clever.
yeah,
Right? Or, oh, you're so dance for me, motherfucker. Dance for me. Yeah. We
yeah,
own the culture. Well, you don't own the culture. Actually, the people who own the culture happen to be Jays. Yeah.
mm-hmm. But
Zachary, that's anti-Semitic, and you're Arab. That's very that. Shut your fucking mouth. Come to the kingdom with that same energy. How about that?
yeah, and
How
then
about that one?
I looked at I've been watching clips of the Hebrews to Negroes there, right? And I mean, like a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff I already knew. Like a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's like, okay, well, I, nine times out of ten, like I either know it or I've heard of it, and then I'll go back and I'll study it, right? And then like a lot of it for me, right? And which I know I still got a lot to learn, but a lot of it, that what I have access to, a lot of it I already know. I already know. So like a lot of it's just a it's somewhat of a refresher course for me, which for the most part I don't have no problem with, you know, but I just I for me, right, I get sick and tired of these people, these celebrities or whatever, right? They come out and say shit, right? And then yeah, you know you're gonna get a lot of backlash from it. And then you duck, bob, and weave your way out of it, right? And then it's almost like okay, right when motherfuckers is getting ready to follow your ass, right? And then you cut the light out. You know you shut shit down. So I'm just like, well, damn.
Hey, you get your glass pane window broken from the inside to outside and call 911 when you have a friend over doing something like you do in San Francisco, Paul Pelosi, namely third in charge, a spouse to the most let's call her the biggest titted 82-year-old on the planet. I mean, my God, the jugs up the front, tremendous. And Nancy, Nancy is rolling around. And let me get this right. Let's get this right. CBS, Washington Post, New York Times, ABC News. Let's get this right. This was an attacker. How conveniently placed right before the midterms, November 8th, right before the midterms. This was a gay lover. This was a male escort. This man likes the way the dick tastes. Let's get that right. And there's nothing wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen who like the way the dick tastes. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the homies out there and
Yeah,
all the homegirls. That's great. Let's get one thing right. You're not both in your underwear, not both holding a hammer, not both using code words, and the glass is not broken from the outside. And then you're the third person in charge of this country after Joe rolls up, or God forbid, rolls out of bed and breaks a hip, and then Kamala goes, "Where's Nancy?" Right? We know where Nancy is. Where's Paul? Paul's getting his dick sucked by a male prostitute. That's what Paul's doing. Let's get that right. And for you individuals in the supposed free media, free press, to be doing what you're doing, you're dead. You're a dinosaur. You're fossil fuel that I will pump into my fucking 500 horsepower and fucking run over you. You're done.
yeah,
You hate me. You hate Kanye. You hate Elon walking in with the kitchen sink. That's great. That's good. Jump up and down, preferably with fake tits. Keep it moving. And let me tell you how this pecking order is going to work. You get the fuck out the way because you thought you had it figured out, but you don't. Paul was sucking dick. Nancy works for the deep state. Joe's a corpse. It's weekend at Bernie's. Kamala, who knows how she sucked up that ladder. And Hussein's looking around like, God damn it. Jesus, I can't get away from this fast enough. Hussein can't run away fast enough. Barack Hussein, my boy, speaking of the south side of Chicago. Let's get one thing right. Where's Farrakhan on this? Well, there's no Farrakhan, but there is Zachary Lee Clubwan. And oops, you better bring the army. And I got bad news for you. They like me more than you.
yeah, yeah. But my whole deal is you know, again, I almost think that the wrong people are celebrities, and it's the wrong people that's in office. I mean, because I'm just saying, like, for me, right? If somebody asks me some shit, then I'm just like, hey, look, this is what I said. This is how I'm gonna come in it. This is the way I am. This is the way I think. I'm not gonna apologize for a motherfucking thing. I am so sorry. It's. I mean, it's. I mean, because it's almost like that. If you get in a real heated argument with somebody, right, and then it's you know. Then after a while, you know, you right, you be like, motherfucker, don't you bring your ass right here no goddamn more. I won't see you no more, right? I mean, now a lot of people might a lot of people might be like, okay, dog, you just mad, this, that, the third. No, I meant what the fuck I said. Don't bring your ass around here no more, right? And so, and then here it is. You come back after you think shit done cool down, right? And then you talk. I mean, yeah, I'll talk to you, right? But just know this: don't bring your ass around here no more. And so for me, right, you know, I just look at it like this. If I was Kanye and I said that, I'm not finna apologize for no motherfucker. Because for one, I know the value of money. Two, it's just for the simple fact that you came out and said something so profound. I mean, he hadn't said nothing this profound since he said that shit about George Bush when Hurricane Katrina happened, right? So
Exactly.
so again, I just look at it like this. You didn't apologize for that shit. At least I don't remember him apologizing for it. So I'm just like, dog, look, stick to your goddamn guns. If this is what the fuck you mean, then damn it, stick by what the fuck you mean. Because now,
Did you see his video that he released on TMZ where he's on his cell phone and he's got a whole spreadsheet on everybody who's attacked him, canceled him. He said it's death by 1,000 cuts, and look
yeah,
who it's coming from, and look who's the head of that. You see it when he holds the phone up. He says everything in red is Jewish.
yeah.
If you think that guy's fucking around or being silly, ladies and gentlemen, you're wrong. You're wrong. And this is not to, oh, you hate Israelis, you hate Jews. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about any of them. I'm telling you what the guy's saying. Okay? And he's showing you a spreadsheet. If you think he's silly, if you think he's playing, look at his spreadsheet. Wait a second. You're not allowed to say it. Wait a second. What do you mean I'm not allowed to say it? Because that's offensive. No, 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 no. What do you mean? This is literally who it is. This is how my life works. This is what's happened. Look at this. So you're so gracious that you can't look. Oh, okay. I see what we're dealing with here.
So let me ask you
And
this.
people need to remember who his father is. I'm just letting people know. People think about Kanye with the backpack and the pink polo and the pop collar. That guy's from the South Side Safari, from the bottom side of Chicago, Nation of Islam, Black Panther, all the whole thing. They get it. Not that he's that. He claims to be a Christian, which my hand to God, I respect. We don't know what's above us, whatever that means. But why can't this young man, who's the richest black man in history, quote unquote, they'll throw that in there to discredit him, uh, say what he wants? Why is that? So you're saying is he saying something that's factual, or is he saying something that hurts your feelings? And is he saying something that's wrong? And why are you censoring him? Like they censored NWA, like they had different water fountains, like they did everything. And make no
But
mistake, you're not dealing with a dummy. He gets it. He gets it. I'm telling you, he gets it.
yeah, but my question is
Let me
this.
ask you. Let me ask you this, Kurt. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
When we were on the red carpet heading down to Korea, when we were in Korea heading down to Camp Carroll
Yeah.
to go talk to Colonel Brooks, right?
Uh-huh.
Two people of color in a foreign country going to talk to a Caucasian man who happens to be commander through DOD. Who gave us that authorization?
Who gave us that office? No, that was that
Or,
was
or do we take it?
that was
You ask me.
hell. I mean, at the time, that was the person to take that shit to. I mean, because you look at the rank structure, because we already know who the fuck said it, right? So for the most part,
And
we
we know
had
how the unit worked. We know how to
yeah,
operate the weapon system, the delivery system, and we took it.
yeah,
So when I see Kanye, I look at Kanye through a different lens. I know what
uh,
people are ha ha and kikiing about, jumping up and down about. Make no mistake, you don't make billions by accident. Let's get that right. You don't get a
uh,
security clearance by accident. You don't get on a you don't get on a private tour bus and go down the Korean Peninsula and go to a battalion and go get in a white man's face and tell him what time it is on accident. You earn it.
no, you don't do that. You don't do that. I mean, you know,
You earn it.
things, yeah, things were put in place. I was still like I say, I was meant to be a EO rep, and it was, just like I say, even right to this day, I think about that, and I was like, damn, what we did down there, among other things, right? It was something. It was anything short of spectacular. So I mean, I think we 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 was heard. We put our thumbprint, footprint, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We put it in the ground, right?
And
We built it. Yeah,
subsequently, with the air defense, you would see the we're not going to call it hiring because that's not how it works in the military, but the rank structure up amongst a ladder of African American individuals within that battalion, within that brigade, within that division, we'll even call it, um, climb and lead because it's appropriate amongst the demographic. And I know people could shake their fucking head, they could do this and that. Make no mistake, motherfucker, you weren't on the red carpet. Your tits weren't sweating when you were there. Make no mistake, that was real deal Holyfield. And we sat right the fuck there. And they groveled. And they changed. That's American history. You know why? Because we're Americans and we love this country. So to have individuals make it a farce, some fake, some bullshit, some whatever the fuck is going on with this, whether going after a black king, that's what they like to say, black king. It's a black king. How about an American king? Jesus God Almighty! You know what he's saying? Say it. What do you work for the state of Israel? Who gives a fuck? What are you talking about? What do you work for? The last time I checked, the people who dot my I's and cross my T's is the Department of Defense. And they happen to be right there in Washington, not
uh,
fucking Israel. Okay?
yeah,
And that's why they hate Trump. That's why they hate Trump. The first visit was to Riyadh, not to
uh huh.
Jerusalem. Ah, they kill him for it. They hate him for it. Look what they did to
Yeah.
him for it. Is that right?
But hold on,
A
I gotta
black
ask.
man wearing a black man wearing a red hat. They hate it. They hate it. They hate the red hat. Well, a black man wearing uncle. What do you mean uncle? What? Get that out of your mouth. What is that? A Twizzler? Shut your mouth.
Yeah, and um, I gotta ask you this, right? Um,
Yes, I do
what?
love
What?
black women. Go
Hold on,
ahead.
hold on. Whatever happened?
Like,
What? Listen. Whatever happened? And see, this is what the fuck I would have. If I was Kanye, this is what I would have asked. I would like, okay, whatever happened to the freedom of speech? You know, I mean, now, because here's the deal, and now I can ask you this, but then I can ask anybody else the same goddamn question. And so, okay, freedom of speech, meaning that you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, when, and you ain't got to give no explanation why, right? But I'm gonna show you how thin-skinned a lot of people are, right? Freedom of speech. meaning that we can say what the fuck we want to say. So if I don't look like so if somebody was to if somebody was to call me nigga right now, right, then I could be like, then I could be one of two things, right? I could one of two things. I could just sit there and laugh at you, right? Or I can beat your ass, right? But the thing about it though is this, and the late great Richard Pryor said this. Hey, he said, hey, look, we never was no niggas. He said that was a word used to describe our race, right? And so I tend to look at that word the same way that I look at the word bitch. If somebody call you a bitch, I'm just like, okay, well, are you? Right? I just felt like if people actually like be like, because I've said this in plenty of shows. I was like, look, if somebody call you nigga and you respond in a violent way, then guess what? You that nigga that they were talking about. Same thing with the word bitch. Same thing with the word motherfucker.
You know
But
what's messed up? I have the clip too from ABC News. I'm talking. This is Diane Sawyer. This was prime time. I think we were in Suwon at the time. But when I was doing like
yeah,
ABC News, all this shit, like the whole media run, and this
yeah,
is in base, not outside of base, in base. This guy had like a script, right? This is like a white dude who's like he's not from here. I don't know if he's Australian or British, but he has like this accent, right? And he's like, I've also been hurt. And watch how I'm going to say this. It's also been said that you've been called a sand in,
yeah.
and he said it to me as a question,
Well, just like I
and
said,
I was like, hold on. I said, really? And uh, I'm like looking at the cameraman. I'm like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, you want me to say that or something? And he's like, whoa, it says here that you've been called a sand in.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, isn't that good?
But you know what?
So I have to say, hold on, I've been actually called that, right? A
Mhm.
stand in as a person who's born in North Africa. And I can't even say on a podcast without being canceled, the actual term. But this individual had no problem issuing it to me in a question format for public consumption. Think about that.
Yeah, you know.
Think,
But
just think about that for a
I,
second. You know how comfortable he was saying that?
I can only imagine.
And I'm looking at this cameraman. I'm like, I can take that tripod. I can beat the fuck out of both of you right now. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I beat the fuck out of both you motherfuckers right now.
Yeah. But I've had other soldiers, come to me with issues like that where
Well,
they
Kurt, okay, Kurt, play EO rep. Play EO rep on base, right? They have clearance through I don't know what would you call that? They got media clearance through PAO, Public Affairs Office, or something, right? And this individual, who's not an American citizen, asked me on the grounds, "Is it true that you've also been called that 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 that?" What do you think about that? Because I thought
you
about
know
taking that tripod and beating the fuck out of both of them.
yeah, you know what though? I think what happens, like when you go to, what is it, when you go to school.
But Diane Sawyer, I want to make one thing fully clear. Diane Sawyer was cool as fuck. I don't know who she sent these guys or how they do like their satellite operation, but
uh,
Diane Sawyer was cool as hell every time I talked to her.
yeah, but okay, so that's one person out of, right, and I just think that some people will ask questions, and for the most part, they really don't mean no harm, right? And
Yeah, but what
then,
I'm saying is they could never say it today.
yeah, and then you get people that ask the question, and that's the whole intent. The intent is to piss you off. But again, it's like what I said earlier, right? If you react to a certain word, then this is just me talking, right? If you react
Hey,
to,
hey, Kurt, Kurt,
I,
Kurt. I want you to ask me the question, and I'll show you how I responded. Ask me, was it
okay,
true that individuals called you a saying and you finish the
okay,
sentence?
okay, then. Well, was it true that certain individuals in the command called you a sand nigga?
Um, I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but there were a lot of things said. But what we're focusing on is making a more cohesive and appropriate fighting force that defends the Constitution, that protects all Americans, regardless of color, creed, and religion.
Okay, then. Well, I got another question for you.
My man was like,
Hold on,
"What the fuck?"
hold on. Hit me out. Hit me out on this. Hit me out on this. Right? And Dave Chappelle asked this question. Right? Who decided that the word nigger will make black people mad for the rest of history? I mean, let's be real here. Who decided that that word would make black people mad for the rest of history?
Mm-hmm.
And so for the most part, it's like, okay, if you give that word power, right? Then all of us have seen the results behind that. And then, the sad part about it is this: somebody call you nigga, you beat their ass, you go to jail, and then you go to jail, and then here comes the conversation. Hey man, what you in for? Oh, somebody called me nigga, right? And then depending on the jail population, they could be like, wow, really, motherfucker? Right? Everybody else in here, that they either done robbed the bank, then raped somebody, right? And you the only motherfucker in here that's done beat somebody ass because they called you nigga. So 9 times out of 10, he probably get his ass whooped or butt fucked, right? So
Yeah,
I'm just
some level to it. Yeah.
so but my whole deal is that all I want to say is this: Kanye should have never apologized for any of that shit. Because the thing about this, I did a post on Facebook.
I don't think he
Just
is. I don't think he is. I think he's being sarcastic.
so you think it's one of those bullshit apologies just to keep people off his back?
It absolutely is one of those bullshit apologies. I'm telling you, team. It's one of these things. Like I told that dude, I don't think you're allowed to say that. Anyhow, sir, I could communicate. I could articulate. I could move. What's happening? I'm telling you, he's willing. There's fuck you money and there's fuck me money. There's fuck you money where like somebody's on your nerves, you get rid of them. You can handle them. And there's fuck me money where it's like I can burn my own shit down. I can burn my own shit down to make the point. And Kanye has fuck me money. So it's like I truly believe he even talks about Jim Carrey and Andy Kaufman and like all this shit, like performance artists and Alex Jones. Like he's talking about it. I'm telling you, he's talking about it out loud. He knows what he's doing. This is
Yeah,
what you call black excellence. And the
yeah.
black community, the people who are wiser, unfortunately, they're not in the best positions. But the people who are truly wiser on the black community within America, they're going to look at this in 12 to 14 years and say, holy shit, the balls on this motherfucker. They're like boulders. They should be out in Colorado or something, right? Like, like you know, Forget the
You know
faces.
what?
Just put a set of his
Hold on.
hairy balls
Listen.
right there on the fucking mountain. Yeah.
But you know what? Every, every time you bring up Alex Jones, right? I'm reminded of one interview that he did with KRS-One, right? And if you haven't, I know you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it, right? And so KRS-One did this, and he put it how the governments work, right? He said, if you go to Burger King, right, and you order burgers and fries, right, and then you get your food, you pay for it, right, and then only to sit down at your table and figure out, hey, my burger is cold, right? So you go back up to the register and you confront the guy at the register. Hey, my burger is cold. Those are the courts, right? Don't that's the that's the that's
Kurt, you got me cracking. Kurt, you got me
no
cracking. T.
no listen
No, but for real,
listen
hold on, hold on.
every
We have a Burger King. We have a Burger King in the suburbs, and
yeah
you got me cracking. There was a woman. This Burger King. First of all, they can get people to work in these fast food places. They're even paying like 16, 17, 18, 19, $20 an hour. They can't get people to work. They had this whole little temporary crew at this Burger King, and it's all brothers in there and a couple. Uh, shit, I would call it. Let's call it between 40 and 50 black, 40 and 50 years of age black women. I'm at the window, right? I started the drive through. Nobody's answering shit. I'm the only person in the drive through. Nobody's answering shit. So then I go inside. I'm like, what's going on out there? Drive through this and that. And I'm like, I look inside. I'm like, oh, damn. They're like, we got all these online orders. We got motherfucking DoorDash. We got this. We got that. And this woman has like a button up shirt on, like a white short sleeve button up shirt. This woman is, I guarantee you, 46 years old, 47. We'll call it between 46 and 50, and just weighing every bit of 270 pounds. And my black
hey
queen is not, my black queen is not thrilled about making a vanilla milkshake because she doesn't know how the milkshake like machine works. And
uh
she looks at me. She's like, "What you need?" I said, "I'm placing an order." I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Who the fuck orders a vanilla milkshake at lunch?" And I'm like, "It looks like you." And she's like, "Oh, you funny." Okay. She said, "You're funny." And she did not want to be there. It was like pay to play, or I don't know what the fuck Burger King has got going on. But I'm interacting with the individual. I'm like, you need some help back there? I know how to use that machine. She's like, for real? I'm like, no, I don't know how to use that. I'm trying to get some ketchup. I'm like, you're gonna let me back there? She's like, who orders a vanilla milkshake? Can you imagine that? A Whopper? Just get a Coke or something. My God, you need a vanilla milkshake?
yeah
You need a vanilla milkshake.
well hey
You need a
you know
vanilla milkshake.
people
And
they got
I told her, I said, I told her, I said, maybe they just wanted a vanilla milkshake. And she said, yeah, you're probably right. Hey, someone go fix this shit up front. And
yeah
then another guy brought me my order to the front. He said, what is he, the owner or some shit? Literally, is he the owner or some shit? And I went, hey, T, what's happening? What do you mean, am I the owner? I'm not the owner. I'm just a guy who wants to eat a Whopper.
but you know what though like and all of that
But I
like
love that energy. I interact with them. People can't do that. You know,
but you know out of all of that right basically basically what KRS-One was saying is that if you can't get it straight with the cashier, then you go to the manager. And then even if you can't get it straight with the manager, then you go to the franchise owner. But you never see the franchise owner. Now think about that. Never you never see the franchise owner. You laughing, but I'm being serious right now. But the thing about it though,
no, no, I'm dan- no, no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm dancing with you.
yeah. So, 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 in a sense, you look at that, and then you look at how government works. It's the same goddamn way, right? You have a problem, you go to your congressman or you go to your mayor first or whatever, and then considering if he or she ain't too damn busy to listen to your problem, right? And then if they can't do it, then you go over them. Then it's the goddamn governor or the senator. But the thing about those
or the
issues,
sheriff.
you never put like this. You never get to see the franchise owner. How many motherfuckers you know right now will want to go see? Well, hell, don't nobody want to go see Joe Biden because he ain't finna do shit. But the thing about it though, say you get somebody in office that is the franchise owner, and then you go to the franchise owner with your problem, and then 9 times out of 10, he gonna fix it because he already know 40 years down the road from now, he is just, he you gonna need to vote him to keep his ass back in office. So
Yeah.
but my
So
whole
you mean the next president of the United States, Ron DeSantis, is what you're saying?
thing, so put,
The
long as
48th.
long as these two dudes that's in there now, long as they get their ass out of
Notice
there,
I said notice I said 48th president because that means
yeah.
that implies 47.
So
From the great state of Florida, his name is Ron DeSantis, a veteran, a no bullshit motherfucker, individual who's going to serve this country and do what he needs to do. Now, when I start bringing up the term 45, they said, "Oh, you're talking about the pistol." I said, "Well, yeah, we got the pistola on us, but also I'm talking about Donnie J. You know what I'm saying? Let's everyone calm down. Everyone just calm right down to zero."
yeah.
Kurt loves it. You love it. That's why you love it. You love it.
But get back. Listen, get back. Get back to the whole
Who do
point.
you think he picks for his vice president? Ron DeSantis. Who's his vice president? How about Candace Owens?
Okay, all right.
What the
I
fuck has Kamala
hold on. Wait
Harris
a minute.
done? Who the
Wait a
fuck
minute.
is that bitch?
Wait a minute.
Who
Do
the
you
fuck
really?
is that
Hold on.
bitch?
Wait a minute. Do you really think that Candace Owens can handle that pressure?
Can what?
Do you really think that she can handle that pressure of being vice president? I mean, great fact, yeah, you
Can
don't do shit.
Kamala? Can Kamala?
But yeah, we already know how she got. We already know how
What
she
the
got.
hell? What are you saying? Can she have an impression?
I'm look. All of
What the fuck is Kamala doing? Who the fuck is Joe? He's about to fall off the stage. He's about to fall off the fucking stage. He's barely keeping a pulse. It's weekend at Joe's. He barely got his son off crack cocaine with the Russians. I thought it was Russian collusion, Russia. It's like what the hell is it pretty much? Marsha. Shut the fuck.
so,
Yeah, I think Candace Owens would like Candace Owens. What?
yeah,
You
it's a
know
lot
what?
of it's a lot of people that don't like. Listen, it's a lot of people that don't like
Well,
Candace
fuck
Owens.
those people. They don't know what the fuck they talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I put it like this.
Oh, let me get this right. Let me get this right. A young black woman who's obviously from two black parents, who grew up in America, who understands politics, who's well spoken, well read, well fed, all of a sudden she can't run
I'm
as
not saying that
vice president of the United States of America.
I'm not saying that she can't run. I mean, if put it like this,
Not
at
run,
this point,
run for vice
listen,
president.
hold on. If I just look at it like this, and I've said this plenty of times, right? I don't give a fuck. Well, I'm not gonna say that I don't give a fuck who runs, right? But my whole deal is this: if whoever that's gonna run in 2024, right? And if them motherfuckers come to Little Rock, Arkansas, right? And I happen to be at
They
the
will be
town.
doing our podcast.
Now, hold on, hear me out now. and you know, and I'm at the town meeting, right? And then he come to me, he said, "Okay, Mr. Harris, what would it take for me to get you to vote for me come election day?" And then for me, it's quite simple. I'm a retired United States Army veteran, right? Guess what? I served this 20, 21 years. I don't need to pay taxes no goddamn more. Now, if you can guarantee me that and the rest of people that served this country 20 years, right? Or you medically retired or whatever. It's just for the fact, God damn it, I served this country. I did something that I didn't have to do, right? Nobody asked me this. I did this shit on my own accord, right? And I gave you 21 years of my life. God damn it, I don't need to file taxes no more. Give me all of my motherfucking money. Give me what the fuck you owe me. Now, if you can promise me that and put the shit on paper, then maybe, just maybe, I'll vote for your ass.
Not only that, Mr. Harris, not only that, we plan on giving a bump to veterans within our community who happen to be shepherds, who happen to be leaders, who happen to drive our community forward. Not only that, we're going to give you a bump of 5,500 a year. 5,500. We have the residuals. We have the coffers. We have the money. We have the treasure to our veterans, which I am a veteran of. And subsequently, I was in the Navy, and now I have to get on my knees somehow to talk to you because you were in the Army. But no, for real. No, he's a good dude. I'm telling you what he's doing for Florida. I'm telling you, he's the guy. That's the dude right there. He gets it. And what I would tell him, I said, Governor DeSantis, well, I guess at that point you call him candidate DeSantis. What we'll ask, and I know you already hate me because you served in the Navy and I served in an actual branch of the military, the Army, for 21 years. Uh, and he'll get a pop on it, and he'll laugh, and that's what you know he gets it. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, what happened during COVID, what happened to our country, what's happening around this country and around the world. We need real leadership. And leadership is a strong, strong, strong demand, whether it be in the Department of Defense or the defense of this country. And I just hope that you recognize veterans' sacrifice. I hope that you recognize what I've done for this country to lay the fabric and the groundwork for this country moving forward. And together, as a united front, we could drive forward together and make this country great again, make this country strong again, and make these pussy motherfuckers around the world fear us again.
Yeah.
Because making a
You know,
mistake. Oh, that's what they cut me off right there. They're like, oh, shit.
you know,
All right.
look this.
But hold on. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. You know, all what I want, all what I want for our veterans. And then this is the thing. Now, great the fact I know they got folk out there that's so-called representing us, but I just feel like, look, y'all ain't representing us like how we should be motherfucking represented. Just like I said, I gave 21 years. I don't need to pay motherfucking taxes. I don't need to file no goddamn more. I don't work no more, right? Why you standing taking shit out of my goddamn paycheck, right?
You should
Give
be taking
us,
shit out of shit.
hold on, hear me out, and then give us, give us the proper medical care that that goddamn it we deserve. I mean,
And
this country,
CHIP, excuse me, hold on. And CHIP VA. That means for family members involved.
yeah, yeah. So that was saying, you know, I just look at it. Yeah, you motherfuckers, y'all holler about, hey, join the army, hey, join the Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard. You want us to join. You want us to join. But once we get out, it's like you motherfuckers don't know us. I just like, no, dog, that is not how the song go. Or at least that is not how the song is supposed to go. I mean,
That is not that is not how the American military fighting force will go. The American military fighting force will drive forward as the strongest, most precise, most on time, most vicious, most dangerous weapon on the planet. With that being said, you must protect your veterans because that is the fabric. That is the backbone. That
and
is what it is.
and then it's just for the simple fact that we do all of this. We do all of this, right? And then because here it is in 9 days from now, it's gonna be Veterans Day, right? And then all
Have
with
a
the
free
fuck,
sandwich. Shut the fuck up.
and all with the fuck you gonna give me is a free goddamn meal? Seriously? Or give us a free meal? Like seriously, right?
Hey,
Because
listen,
you
listen,
you get a lot of
listen.
us. You get
You're.
a
Listen. The Democrats are gonna listen to me. I'm advocating, and I'm gonna push a bill. I'll get it sanctioned actually through Tampa. I'll get it sanctioned.
yeah. I
I
mean,
need
I'm just
55. I need 5,500. 5,500 cash to every veteran who honorably served, who either is retired or disabled. Period. Not everyone. Retired or disabled. Period. 5,500. And that's light work. I start with 5,500 because next year it's going to be 1,100 due to inflation.
yeah,
And I promise you, every member of Congress signs it, left and right, black or white, or brown, or yellow, or in the middle. Who gives a fuck? Stupid motherfuckers.
yeah,
5,500 to every warrior that has defended your ass to get bad customer service at a Burger King. How about that?
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah,
You picked the wrong one. You picked the wrong one. You ran into a fucking North African king, or as they call me, a sand in. Can you finish it?
yeah,
Yeah, you picked the wrong one then.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. You put it like this. You the sand and I'm the mud. Put it like that. So, so my point is,
exactly,
but
exactly. But that's a those are both. Hey, those are both four-letter
yeah,
beautiful words. Beautiful
yeah.
four-letter
But
words.
I just look at it like you know, I'm just looking like this. Look, whether you ask me or not, God damn it, I did it. Right? So give me
Why
what
can't we
the fuck
get
is going.
5,500? I think it might even be 5,600 if they keep fucking around. It might be
Yeah.
5,600 when I get to DC. When I get into the District of Columbia, when I stop in there with my fucking crew, yeah, it might be 56. It might be 58 by the time I get there. You might want to go and just start drafting the legislature. Yeah, just start drafting it.
Yeah.
Make it a
I
good
mean,
hit piece. Jump up and down on CBS News, ABC News, all of it. Jump up and down. But make no mistake, you're giving 5,800 to the fucking warriors who defend poor customer service in your shit country. How about that?
yeah. You know what? You know, put it like this.
You know what? All of a sudden, it just turns to 6,700 because
Yeah.
now they don't have my attention. Now it's 6,700.
Hold
You
on.
see how I'm going?
You know what I? You know what the fuck I really wish that we could do, right? Because all these goddamn professional athletes, they out here talking about, yeah, we play every Sunday or whatever, but the only day that matters is election day. And then you know what I want to say as a rebuttal or as a response? I want to be okay. This coming from somebody, depending on what position that you play, right? you making what I get a month or what the average veteran gets a month. 100% disability, right? What we get every month, God damn it, you make that every motherfucking 30 seconds. But you want me to go to the goddamn polls. Yo, fuck out of
But
here.
hold on. Hold on. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. They fly the B-2 and the F-35 right over Raymond James in Tampa. So you're going through a divorce in Tampa, yeah? And a B-2 and an
Okay.
F-35 is flying out of sitcom.
Okay.
Fuck the fireworks. Send the boys.
Yeah. Hey,
Fuck the fireworks. Oh,
yeah.
hold on. We're going to wrap this up here in a second.
Okay.
How about fireworks? There's no fireworks in sitcom in Tampa, where it's all hearsay about Giselle and Brady and this and that. It's like, shut your fucking mouth. The guy's the GOAT. Shut the fuck up. You ever throw a touchdown in your life? You never been in the pocket? Shut the fuck up. Hey, oh, look at the fireworks. There's no fireworks. Shut up. Tell your kid to shut the fuck up. Tell your wife to shut the fuck up. Listen, they're sending a B-2 bomber and an F-35 Raptor over to the stadium from sitcom right down the street, 10 minutes. Yeah? No,
Yeah.
what do you think that's a firework? That's a military base.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Pentagon South.
Yeah.
We protect our country. How about that?
Yeah. Exactly. So
I think that's what we're doing here. I
yeah.
think that's what we're doing here, team.
So let's
Anybody who hears this, by the way, anybody who hears this, by the way, me and Curtis both took an oath to this country to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and or domestic. So make no mistakes, I will slap your bitch ass in the mouth if you happen to be from here. And if you happen to come across the street, I will shoot you and kill you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So let's uh let's wrap this up. Because my wife she gotta oh, no, my wife she gotta get ready because she got an appointment to go to, and
Oh, you
like
want
she
to do another one tomorrow?
yeah we can do it we can do another one tomorrow. But let's say this. Um, Kanye should have never motherfucking apologized, right? And it's just like what I said earlier. Whoever that's running for 2024, right? If they come to Little Rock, Arkansas, and they want a damn town meeting, there's no I'm coming, and then I'm gonna give them my goddamn terms. I'm like, look, I served this country 21 years. I don't need the motherfucking file taxes no goddamn more, right? Give me, along with the rest of the veterans, the proper medical care that we motherfucking deserve, right? And give us programs for those of us that actually really want to go out once we retire, right? If that's what the fuck we want to do. If he can do that, then yeah, I'll vote. I mean,
And
he
he
can't be
can,
like,
and he can as a fellow veteran. I can tell you right now, I'm aligning the stars. I'm aligning the stars. Ron DeSantis comes to Little Rock, Arkansas. He campaigns. He gets people jumping up and down. And Curtis motherfucking Harris is going to talk to the
yeah,
potential presidential candidate, Ron DeSantis, and you're going to tell him exactly that. And he'll clean your terms. It will clean you up. And make no mistake, Ronnie D is going to say, "My man, you got it.
yeah. So, but in either case,
Let's end
so
it."
like I said, so that's just how I feel about the whole situation. And so, uh, you say your piece?
Damn, Kurt, what you flexing on the screen?
No, 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 no,
Hold on, give
no.
us a flex real quick. Hold on, give us. No, come on, put the pythons up. Let's see him. There he is. Let's get that right. Let's get that
Yeah.
right. My man.
So yeah. So that's how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it, dog. You know, you get somebody in there that's actually really gonna actually really do about the veterans, regardless of branch, that actually really serve this country, right? They're like saying,
Yeah.
we don't need to pay we don't need to pay no more goddamn taxes. We don't need to do that. So it is what it is. So what I'm saying is, goddamn it, goddamn it, give us our just due, right? And
Exactly.
we
No
get that.
taxation without representation, and you're represented by the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Let's get that right.
Yeah, because either that or I ain't voting for another. I'm not voting for damn motherfucker. Plain and simple.
Just say it. Like I'll jump across the desk and choke you.
Yeah. So you say your little piece, and then the like say we gotta, because the like say my wife she got
Okay,
this.
we'll end it like this. This was listen. This is guerrilla podcasting. When I say guerrilla, it means like guerrilla marketing. Not many people are listening at this point, but they will listen in the future. Um, this is going to be big. This is a big message. This is the true conversations that people need to hear, and this is how the needle moves. What's the needle? Um, the time clock. What's the clock it's in? The world. So this is how the world moves. So I will end it by saying we're doing our best. We're trying our best. We're contributing. That's what vets do. That's what alphas do. That's what renegades do. That's what patriots do. And quite frankly, mm, I believe it's in the best interest of everybody around here for America to be superior. Why is that? Because that's where I live. That's where we live. That's what we fight for. And it's not meant to be inappropriate or uneducated. It's meant to be factual. And I would require you guys to look at history. And I realize I'm ranting, so I'll stop right now.
Yeah. Uh, so that's yeah. So that's good. So uh, we doing this again tomorrow or next week? We doing this again tomorrow? Cause I ain't doing shit tomorrow. I'm not going back to the gym until next week. So
You sound like me doing push ups in the goddamn bathroom. They're going to the gym though next week. That's a whole
I'm not
other
going to
podcast.
next week now because I no because I try to at least take off at least 2 weeks. I go in and I burn out and whatever, and then
Yeah.
I rest and I go back and because I
How about
did
we
thirty
do this
thousand
again?
reps
Some
this week.
Jesus
Huh?
Christ. And excuse me, they're going to call me anti-Semitic for saying that. Jesus Christ. That's anti-Semitic, right?
Yeah, yeah. At least that's what they say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah, yeah. Let them say whatever they want. Hey,
yeah.
how about tomorrow for a consolidated session? So we'll do 30 minutes consolidated.
Okay, then. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Because we could just talk for hours. But I say we do a 30-minute consolidated session.
Yeah, we can do that because yeah,
You know.
we can do that. We can shoot for tomorrow or whatever, and then that was my
Hold
battery.
on, hold on. Who's that in the background?
Oh, that was Nishi. That was my wife. Come here.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
There she is.
What are you doing besides looking beautiful?
What do you say?
He said, "What do you do besides being beautiful?"
I work for the state
State of what?
of Arkansas.
I love that. I love the
Uh-huh.
great state of Arkansas.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
but yeah,
hold on. Let me get her a little input in here for the last 3 minutes. Hold on.
Do what?
he won't come here.
Get her in here. Get her
Yeah.
here. Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Um, so my disposition with this whole Kanye, with all this stuff, with all that's going on in media was, listen to me. There seems to be a shift in the demographics of America in a beautiful way. Meaning, obviously, there was a troubled past. There was a troubled past in history. But with that being said, I don't think it's appropriate to tell our children, oh, you're less than, you're this. No, you're not less than, you're not this. You are a part of the fabric of society that's moving forward. This is a moving fabric. This is a growing country. That's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are with you are leaders, warriors, traveled this world and protected it. Don't you for a second, sweetheart, put your nose down. Don't you for a second put your chin down. You are not less than. You are right above water. And you've been treading it for a while. You've been treading it for a while. But make no mistake, history changes. And we are the new authors. Make no mistake.
All right.
All right.
That sounds great. It sounds awesome. Thank you.
So
I'm gonna put my makeup on.
yeah. So that's
That's your queen right there. Hold on. She's nice right there. Hold on.
yeah. So so let's do this. Let's pick this up again tomorrow. And so what time tomorrow?
What's good? No, you tell me what's good for you.
Man, look, I already told you I'm not going to the gym until next week. So we can do this shit again. Right?
Next week. You at least have to do 100 push-ups before you get on the phone.
No,
You want to do it on cam? I'll put my cam on with me.
No, put it like this. I did 30,000 reps last month, and I ran 60 miles. Right? So what the hell I'm gonna do?
Hold on. Get the wife back in here real quick.
No, she getting the makeup on. She put the makeup on. You know.
So
Yeah. So I did 30,000 reps last month, and I ran 60 miles. So I ain't gonna do nothing but do the exact same shit again this month, right? I might even.
What you aim for?
I might even do 65 miles. I don't know. So.
Or if I was there, you do about 26 in a day.
Well, hey, look, it is what it is, you know. So, but let's 1 o'clock my time again tomorrow.
So 1 o'clock your time's 2 mine. Yeah, I'm good at 2.
Okay then. So let's go ahead. Let's end it right here because I gotta take it to the.
You have a life to live. You have a life to live, sir.
Yeah, hold on, cause I'm gonna take her to her apartment, and then we're gonna go pick up some groceries or whatever. So, but yeah.
Well, hold on. What's for dinner tonight? What's gonna be for dinner?
I don't know. She gonna cook it.
Well, calm down.
No, if it was up to me, it'd be beer and chicken wings. But everybody don't do
it would be a rotisserie chicken and a 6-pack set.
Yeah, I know, right?
But listen, we have to keep these women happy because we love these queens. And make no mistake. No, that sounds good. So 2 o'clock we'll link up.
All right. So you know how I gotta end it. So with that being said, hey, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your mom, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, your meatball, motherfucker next door.
I love that you throw me mine there. Say it again. Hold on, one more time.
He said,
I love you throw me mine there. That's such a Moroccan thing.
Hold on. Your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, your meatball, motherfucker next door around the corner. Paulus Harris.
I love it.
Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. We gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. All right, dog. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
AKA the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Let's get that right. All right, brother. I'll see you.
Yep.
Be willing to get out, dude.